On top of being lied to already many times, I was cheated on. And now I have to be funny. I'm a really funny guy. And I can suck it all up in front of the camera and act completely okay.
And you get hurt. Do you think it would be fair to say you were asking for it? What about women and men who decided to go home to abusive relationships? Do you think they're asking for it? Because otherwise, this abuse that's going to keep on occurring. Don't say you didn't get what you asked for, not when you have a choice.
Yes, but I'm Onision and I don't care about the law or basic morals.
I got on Skype chat with Kai, and Kai did not have a top on.
She was nude from the waist up.
Yes.
Alright, you wonderful humans, welcome back to the darker side of humanity. Today's video is about Onision harassing Chris on Twitter, Chris Hansen's recent stream with Regina, and also many things that I have uncovered about Onision and Kai. But first, a very speedy recap of my last video. Onision claimed in his previous statement that apparently his website was in fact 18+, keeping in mind this was also the website where he would accept indecent photos from very young girls. However, considering Onision isn't much smarter than the wall outside my house, he completely forgot that his website claimed that it was 16+, not 18+. Now you're probably saying, yes, but maybe Onision wasn't aware of this. Well, what if I told you I had solid evidence of Onision accepting an underage girl onto his inappropriate Patreon page? Would you believe me then?
How old are you gonna be?
I'm going to be 17.
Oh yeah, I think you told us.
Which means she's 19 in America.
Right. Well, I mean...
I'm not a liar or a criminal. The second thing was Onision creating fake Twitter accounts which was horribly put together, which he would use to tweet at the victims. Oh, look Greg, no one is falling for it. You literally had the same name and similar bios. I also find it very humorous that Onision predicted he would be taken down by Chris Hansen in the future. In that skit, he perceived himself to pose as a character who was grooming a young girl, even though he was technically just acting himself the entire time.
When are we gonna get this little girl out here?
Onision, you are the worst file I have ever seen.
When am I gonna get that 12-year-old girl?
You don't understand that this is a crime, do you?
So I noticed you have a cameraman here, you're filming this. Do I get to pay for the when it's done so I can off to myself later?
Well, Christmas Christ, I guess it's true. People are saying the truth when they say they're the same on and off camera. Even for a skit, that's pretty disgusting to make. But what's even more disgusting is the fact he owns a sex doll which resembles a child. You heard me. To be honest, I'd consider that as actual evidence. If you were to buy a sex doll, surely you'd buy one which resembles your needs. For example, I like short, thick girls. Yes, ladies, I am single. That was a joke, but I am. So clearly, Onision has bought a doll which resembles his needs. A child.
There she is, Julia.
Throw this man in a cell already. However, before we dive into deep waters, please do be sure to hit the subscribe button and get me to 40k by the end of the year. I swear that would make me so happy. Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, and if we manage to get 5,000 likes on this, I'll be sure to release a video on Onision's terrible movie he made and absolutely shred him a new arsehole. So, let's get right into it. Does anyone wonder what it would look like if Onision got arrested? Well, further on in the video, I will fulfill your fantasy with an amazing skit I created. But first, let's take a look at the statement he made about Sarah. Please press pause on the video if you want to read the whole thing, as I'm only going to point out the key things in his statement. And this Twitter account kindly color-coded everything, which will be listed on the top of the statement. It is pretty clear that people will form opinions of others in a conclusive manner without hearing both sides. And that's not exactly something you would want if you were in my position. It's easy when you point the finger. It's not so easy when it's your life being put on the chopping block. Call it karma for all the times I judged others. In fact, I called numerous people over the years what people are calling me now. A saving grace is that when I reference the same descriptive words, I used actual definitions and not just emotions. This is important when you discuss facts and implications. Well, for once in my miserable lonely life, I actually agree with you, Greg. You have judged so many people. The likes of Shane Dawson, who you accused the very same thing you're guilty of. Even accused PewDiePie of being a groomer. And by all all means, you deserve everything you're getting. You have slated so many people without evidence, and you expect so many people to feel sorry for you when you're on the receiving end of the heat. I'm saying this, no one feels sorry for you. Also, the fact that you claim that you use definitions and not just emotions is the biggest joke I've heard all year. Give me a second while I just withdraw the clown card. Almost every tweet you make is based on emotions. Even your YouTube videos, you absolute swine. Myself and Kai have been relatively distant from the topic in a different fashion because we're talking about someone who was our friend for years, a person we trusted, a person who had repeatedly indicated things for years that are now the opposite of what they are saying. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, this man doesn't just prey on underage girls, but he also preys on people's guilt. He mentally tortures people to the point where they begin to hate themselves.
I do not give a shit. What you have done to me is irreversible. You have destroyed any way for me to support myself. I have nothing. You have destroyed me.
An example of this would be when Greg wanted Billy to chain herself to his basement wall and get a tattoo on her lower back saying I'm a liar for smoking a bit of weed. Stop trying to make Sarah feel guilty, Greg Jackson. You're embarrassing yourself, my friend. Fun fact, Onision called everyone on Twitter a hypocrite. Is a hypocrite of hypocrisy possible? When you care about people, you don't go on a public rampage trying to ruin their life. Oh, Greg, have a day off, honestly. You've done this many times, you absolute plastic tool. What about the video you released on 𝔂𝔯𝔦𝔰🔰? You cared a lot about her then, but you still released a video perceiving her as a bad person in an attempt to ruin her life. Your last statement literally contained many claims of you trying to publicly embarrass your ex-wife, who you once cared about. And now here's evidence of Onision lying and being in denial. Let me show you a video that Sarah sent when she was literally told to be honest about who Kai was. Something Sarah, I was told, revealed to the public I in fact asked her to do. Be honest. This is Sarah, an adult, speaking of Kai around 9 months ago. Again, an adult thousands of miles away from us, giving her opinion of Kai after she was asked just to tell the truth about him. Now the video Onision is referring to is a video which was posted 8 months ago called Sarah Defends Kai and states Coolguykai is innocent. Well, the day Kai is innocent will be the day where I walk on the moon. Unfortunately, Onision, these texts were leaked of you telling Sarah to make a video about Kai. And once again, you use guilt to manipulate someone. I don't want you to make things harder. I'm so sorry my presence in your lives constantly caused this kind of bullshit. Kai is crying right now. Sorry, I wasn't quite expecting that so early. However, Sarah did decide to release parts of the video which was cut from the original. Now as you can see, Sarah's having a very hard time filming. It's very clear this poor girl was forced into filming the video by Greg himself, a man who feeds on people's kindness and transforms it into guilt. When you give a sincere apology to this man is the exact moment you are vulnerable to Greg's manipulation tactics. However, Greg, you are not innocent, and no one feels sorry for you or Kai. 5 words. Get ready for prison, bitch. Now, let's jump into HK where I hang Onision on the line to dry. I'll be diving into the video Onision released regarding an interview which never happened, some of the tweets that Onision has posted recently which is absolutely insane, and also a recent livestream which took place with Chris Hansen and Regina. But without further ado, here's HQ. Alright, welcome to HQ. Now, I'd firstly like to start off with this masterpiece. Live chatting with patrons in 30 minutes. What do these make you think of? The man titties of your future cellmate. That is unreal. Now, I've got a surprise for you later on in the video. It's a new character with a new skit. But first, let's take a look at Onision's skit that he released on his channel.
Tonight, I appreciate it. You know the controversy, and I don't have to say much more about it. What's your side of the story?
So what happened was you met me in a hotel in San Francisco, and oh my God, you f***ed me so hard. And like the fact that you reached around and you off my while you were making me through my spot was incredible.
Now right there, ladies and gentlemen, is what it would look like if a comedian turned up to a funeral. Just in case you haven't fully developed yet, it means not funny and very disrespectful to the situation on hand. And you should give up. But, shall we talk about funny, Onision? You really want to go there? Do you think it's funny to make skits on a fake interview considering all the crimes you've committed? With all these victims involved and the people's lives you destroyed, you honestly can sit there right now and make a skit about having an interview with Chris Hansen. You, my friend, disgust me. But hey, I guess I may as well jump on the bandwagon. Let me show you what kind of person Onision is. I feel like reading mean comments videos are overdone, and if we really want to beat bullying, we need to collectively forget hateful people exist. Well, I guess you're a nice person after all, Greg. Or was I mistaken? Honestly, fat kids should just kill themselves. End of discussion. Can't even leave my house without a neighbourhood smelling like effing grease anymore. Whoa, Greg, now I am shocked. I thought you wanted to beat bullying. Rather than bullying a single person, you decided to attack an entire neighbourhood. Greg Jackson, everyone. And telling overweight kids to end their lives? No surprise, he's talking about kids again. That grease smell is probably your own house, Greg. It's disgusting. Ooh, Kai's crying right now. I couldn't give two shits. You know, I might just let him off on this one. Good people make mistakes, right?
Oh my nigger. Everyone loves me more for saying nigger.
Well, holy moly crap, I guess he's a racist as well. Not looking good, Greg. Oh, and of course he's also a groomer as well. Did I forget to mention that? By the way, this man also has kids, and his daughter... Well, actually, I'll let you listen to this one.
A couple of the times when we all three were intimate with each other, their daughter would be sleeping in the bed next to us.
In the same bed?
Yeah.
So allegedly this man had his own daughter in bed while a threesome took place. You are sick, and I can't wait for the day where you get arrested. Greg, or James, hell is waiting. And by hell I mean a big black bloke from federal prison named Tyrone. Whoa, now I hope you're all ready for this and you continue to watch to the end, because the first half continues a skit of Onision and the second half contains a segment of me diving into Onision's harassing Chris on Twitter and also the live stream which took place. The recent one to be exact. Now, meet Officer Dong.
That completely contradicts what you last said, bitch.
Your future mugshot, you filthy nonce.
We've got another call on the Hansen. That's right. He's out of the gas.
I've got you this time, bitch. 10-4-2, I'm on the case. I'm hunting this motherfucker down.
Where you at, motherfucker? Oh, Onision, you're not gonna last long, bitch! Come out! Sergeant Julie, I'm sure he's been here once. Fucking stinks of cheese in here. Smells like horse shit. What the? I'm a predator, look at me groom. Officer Julie, this motherfucker's mocking us. 10-4, he can't have been here long. Must have just missed him. I'll find that motherfucker. It's the last thing I do. You can't hide out here forever. What the fuck is this? Okay, I found some evidence here, Officer Julie. I think I need to take it back to the car and investigate this shit. Come out, Onision! Can't last long out here. Okay, so let's have a look at the evidence I've conducted here. So, look, I'm verbally abusive at times. I can be manipulative. I'm impulsively break up with people. I'm also extremely honest. You get what you see. It's very interesting. Never seen anything like this before. Let's look at this next piece of evidence. It's just a kind of disgusting that when someone admits how horrible they are, we are all like, whoa, you're so honest. No, you're still shitty. That completely contradicts what you last said, bitch. And here you explained how manipulative you was, therefore you were being honest. You are scum. Holy shit. Officer Julie, I'm on my way back to the station right now. Be prepared for my arrival. Good evening, sir. You have any idea why I pulled you over tonight? That's right. Harassment. But welcome, I am an officer of the law known as Officer Dong. And tonight there is plenty of evidence which has been found by my colleagues of Gregory Jackson harassing Chris Hansen. So without further ado, let's begin. It's time for me to finally come forward. I, Onision, had sexual relations with Chris Hansen. He and I are madly in love. I call him my Little Boo Bear. Well, get used to hearing the name Little Boo Bear because that's gonna be your nickname in prison, bitch. Is that understood? Stand against the wall. Now! Sir, yes, sir! Chris Hansen is painfully sexy. I'm so glad he got me pregnant. Now, Greg Jackson isn't exactly taking this seriously considering the circumstances. You know what else is painfully sexy, Onision? Your future mugshot, you filthy nonce. But Onision isn't the only one that's guilty. Let's take a look at his husband Kai and the statement that's been made against him.
I would say it turned seductive 3 to 6 months into the friendship. We started video chatting, we would FaceTime, we would Skype chat, and then there was one night that I got on Skype chat with Kai, and Kai did not have a top on.
She was nude from the waist up.
Yes.
So this was Chris Hansen's recent stream with a victim called Regina, and allegedly when Regina was 15, Kai apparently got in Skype call with her and was nude from the waist down. Motherfucker, you're gonna jail. That is in fact considered illegal. After all, you are trading videos with an underage girl. Motherfucker, you're going down. Now Regina and Chris did in fact discuss if Onision has a cult or not.
His message resonates with young women, and they get lured into this thing, and it's almost like it was set up with the intent to draw people in this way. Is this a cult? Is what Greg, Onision, and Kai doing, is it equal to a cult?
It's likely. Yes, I would say so.
Now, allegedly, it does seem as if we have a cult on hand, considering the amount of countless times Onision has tried to force love triangles on people. And of course, how could I forget the way he uses his fame to lure in vulnerable underage girls. However, most of you watching this evidence tape right now might not actually know that Gregory Jackson already had a cult in the past. Siseskio, when reason ends, so does life. Well, Gregory Jackson, I'm looking forward to seeing your motherfucking ass in jail. The answers. Meaning of life, human origin, and our purpose. This asshole's insane. He's lost it completely. Apparently you have the answer to human origin. It doesn't really make sense, Greg, considering you're not a human. You're a fucking vegetable. Freeze and get on the ground, asshole! But yes, that is the end of today's video. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, motherfuckers. And of course, don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel. This is my first appearance right now, and I'm coming back for more. Subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you assholes next time.
Most of the time when these people be talking, I don't even hear them. They talk and they talk, but I do not hear shit when I'm near them.